Hi guys, karibuni sana to the Unpack platform. We basically talk about anything that is happening in our society. And in our third season, we're going to be featuring church and hypocrisy. There are times when I could see our pastor and our bishops in town and I'm just running away. Not because I'm doing the wrong thing, but because I really respected them because I felt they are just the closest people to God. And as time went by, I just came to realize things that the same people are doing out here is horrible. It took me to a point of knowing God at a personal level. People are there lifting their hands, praying, crying, but whatever is happening on the ground is something so different. You're there from Monday to Thursday, working. Then on Friday, someone who doesn't come to church, will be there asking you, Lois, so you go to church, fulani wa fulani. We were hanging out with your pastor. Hey, stories you and you're like, wait, our pastor, are you sure about it? And you're not there to defend him after all. He knows him pretty well. Even to Christian families where people are really fighting. Some people who have to fight with their landlords, their elders in church, they don't pay rent. And words they mention out there in those plots, you left wondering, what? Is that a part of us? When a lady who comes from a poor family is impregnated, it's a very big thing to the church. It's a very big, that's a debate. Hey, ladies need to be left after the service and they have to discuss about that. But the moment a child of one of the pastors mess up a little bit, you not hear those stories. No one talks about them. No one talks about them. I consider cases like in 2020. COVID was there, things were difficult and all those things. And how many pastors reached out to you and understand how you moving on? There were very few. How many came and brought you food? There were very few. But immediately we resumed church. There were messages. We don't forget about our contribution and the 10% and the quotas we pay. Some of the people out here are taking each other's husbands. I mean, things are happening in church unless you know God at a personal level. It's difficult even to be there. It's even difficult to convince those who are outside that they need to be in church because they don't understand things you're telling them. I know it's difficult, but I know we're going to move on really well as long as you understand God, ourselves for who He is, and fear Him. Personally, fear Him. Not because of the church, not because of the pastor, myself. Having the fear of God. Without that, we are not going anywhere. A pastor could not be there preaching, and at night, he's in my DM telling me how pretty I look. I don't know my thighs. I don't know. I know girls can really confess on this page. Messages they have received from their pastors, and they look at them on Sunday and you just shut up. Like, you're like, what is he telling us? Very big. Some are there, they are counselors, they want to guide us on relationship matters and in your messenger, in your inbox. Very comfortable. And it's no longer a big deal. And you when you get a little bit cautious, they're like, my wife understands. She has got no issues. She knows that is what I do. What do you do? I mean, it's such a worry to our generation. It's like there's so much hypocrisy happening. Instead of the church just being active, preach to people, guide them, help them understand God, people are just out and about doing things out here. Like, Normal things. Very unashamed. Unless God guide us this time round, it's gonna be crazy. I don't know what our generation is going to look like. There is no longer fear. A pastor can tell you anything. But I know things will be okay. As long as we talk about them and the church is aware that we know those things are happening. Thank you so much for watching this channel. It's always a blessing having you here. Karibuni sana sana.